started thinking, what would I have done if I had lived 100 years ago? So instead of 1967, I'd been born in 1867 and created a horological machine. So I don't have any more Grandizer, I don't have any more what's it called, Star Wars, I don't have fighter planes. What I would have had, what was the science fiction of the 19th century? It was Jules Verne.
Yeah.
I sometimes think this guy must have been a time traveler, because what he wrote, actually everything happened 100 years later. And the 19th century is an era where machines were a reference, where people admired still machines. Then the 20th century, they became just means to manufacture. We had what we call les expositions universelles, the universal exhibitions. Every 4 years, every 5 years, in big cities, where every country would come and show their technology leaps, which was the steam machines, the locomotives, then the first cars, then the first planes, etc., etc. So it was also the era of the Eiffel Tower, 1888, if I'm not wrong. So based on all that, I sketched a machine, went to Eric, my designer, Eric Giroux, showed him that, and he sort of looked at me and said, "What the hell are you doing?" Then I went to Serge Picnoff, my partner in the company, and he looked at me and said, "I didn't sign on for this." And finally had to battle with everybody and said, "We're going to do this." It's called a legacy machine. It's not a horological machine, because it's indeed a new line. And it's a line where I've become completely schizophrenic now. Half of my brain is who I am today, and half of my creative brain, at least, is who I think I would have been 100 years ago. So, went to see Jean-François Mojon 2 years before he came out with Opus 10, and we decided we were going to work on that project. But we needed somebody who had the knowledge of 19th century watchmaking. And the person I absolutely wanted it to be was Kari. So we go up with Jean-François and Serge to see Kari, and I explained the whole concept. I don't show him the piece. And very shyly and nicely, as he always does, he actually said no. That's not what he always does. And he said, "Look, I've got too much work. I just don't have the time to do this." So I was completely devastated, and I said, "Okay." Well, I took out the design, put it on the table, and said, "Kari, could you at least tell me what your opinion of this is?" And he started, "Oh, we could do that, you could do this, oh, maybe the bridge shouldn't be like that, and oh, yeah, that would be great." And it's going on for 2 minutes, and suddenly he looks up. Jean-François, Serge, and I were like looking at him, and I look at him and said, "Does that mean you're going to do it?" And he smiles and he says, "This, I will do." And that was one of, there's been some great times during these 3 years, that was one of them. And